Derek Smith here from the Elite Fitness League, your head judge for the event 1. For the row, the damper setting can be on whatever setting the athlete chooses. The athlete's feet must be strapped in and hands on the knees until the time is called to go. So, the athlete on 3, 2, 1, go, may pick up the handle and start rowing. Any athlete that picks up the handle before the go will receive a 5-second time penalty. The next movement is the barbell facing burpee. The athlete must perform a full burpee, a 2-footed takeoff, 2-footed landing. Chest must touch the ground in each of the burpees. What constitutes a no rep will be the athlete not being square to the bar, the athlete not performing a full chest to ground burpee, not performing a 2-footed takeoff, 2-footed landing, i.e. stepping over the bar, if the athlete, as they are jumping over the bar, touches the bar with their feet, they must re-perform that jump before doing the next burpee. Also, if the athlete touches any part of the bar whilst performing their burpee, they must re-perform that burpee, as it will be a no rep. The back squat, the athlete places the bar behind the back of their neck and performs a full depth squat. Good reps are hip crease below the top of the knee and hitting full extension at the top of the rep. What will constitute a no rep is not hitting depth and not fully extending at the top of the rep to one straight line. Athletes are not allowed to dump the bar from the back squat. They must return it to the front rack position and take it back to the ground. The shoulder to overhead. The athlete takes the bar from the ground to the front rack. From there, they can use a strict press, a push press, a push jerk, and a split jerk. All those 4 movements are legal reps. What will constitute a no rep is any one of those lifts not achieving full extension, being elbows not fully locked out, and where a jerk movement is used, not hitting full extension, being staying bent in the knees or closed at the hips before returning the bar to the front rack position. With the hang cluster. At the start of this workout, the bar will be undressed and the weights will be stacked on the platform in front of the athlete. The athlete will nominate a weight to the counter, and on the go, the athlete will then load the bar to that weight. Safety collars must be fitted at all times to the bar, as there will be 2 weight changes during this workout. The cluster itself commences from the hang position. So the athlete must deadlift the weight up, hit full extension, then back to the hang position, hitting full depth, full extension in the cluster. What will constitute as a no rep from taking the bar from the ground is a squat clean. If the athlete does squat clean it, that will be a no rep. They may return the bar back to the hang position and commence their next rep. What will constitute as a no rep will be not hitting depth after the hang clean, not hitting full extension in the cluster, making the cluster movement two movements, being a pause at the top, then a repress to get the weight to overhead. The final no rep will be where the athlete takes the bar in the hang position below their knees. So where the athlete is almost going into a deadlift position, that will be a no rep. The next part of this movement will be the free handstand hold. The athlete clears the platform and on the go must go into a handstand position. They hold this position for as long as they can. What constitutes a no rep will be leaving the work platform the athlete is assigned to, or falling out of the handstand. Importantly for this video, it is for RXD athletes only. Scaled athletes, there will be a second video posted for your options. We are commencing here with a pull-up. The athlete may perform butterfly, kipping, and strict. A no rep will be where any one of those options, the chin does not go over the bar and the athlete does not hit full lockout at the bottom of the rep. From there, we can demonstrate a rope climb. For safety purposes, it will be a controlled descent. There will be two separate heights, one for the females, one for the males. The athlete climbs the rope, touches their point, safely lowers to the ground. From there, pistol squats. So, alternating legs. A good rep is where the athlete's hip crease passes below top of knee, shows full control at the top. A no rep will be not hitting depth, not hitting full extension at the top of the rep, and not placing the foot on the ground before moving on from full extension. From there, we're going to move into the overhead squat. The bar may be taken from the ground any way the athlete needs to get it to the overhead. Alternatively, it may be squat snatched. From there, the athlete performs an overhead squat, hitting full depth, being again hip crease below top of knee and hitting full extension at the top of the rep. A no rep will be not hitting depth and not hitting full extension at the top of the rep. Finally, a handstand push-up. The athlete will have a matted area for which the hands must be placed into the inverted position. Head must touch the ground. Strict and kipping are in play. However, the athlete's feet must be on the wall at the top of each rep and arms fully locked out. A no rep will be not fully locking our arms and feet coming off the wall. They are no reps. These are the movement standards for the scaling options for the individual workout. For RXD it was the pull-up. For scale, you either may choose the option to perform the pull-ups, being butterfly, kipping or strict as in the previous video. However, your option may be a burpee bar touch, where you perform a standard burpee, chest must touch the ground, jump up, two-hand touch on the bar. What will constitute a no rep is hands not touching the bar at the top and chest not touching the ground in the bottom of the burpee. From there, we move across to a rope climb. If the athlete can perform the rope climb, they will. If they are not able to, they must make an attempt by first jumping from the ground, grabbing the rope with two hands, then move on to performing 10 plate burpees. So athletes, chest touch the ground, 2-footed jump onto the plate, 2-footed jump off, but hitting full extension at the top of the rep. What will constitute a no rep is the chest again, not touching the ground, stepping onto the plate and not hitting extension on the top of the plate. From there, we move into the option for a pistol squat, which will be a goblet squat with a kettlebell. The kettlebell handles must be facing upwards, the bottom of the bell down. The athlete will perform a standard squat where hip crease must pass below the top of knee and then hit full extension on the way up. What will constitute a no rep is not hitting depth, not hitting full extension, or alternatively, having the kettlebell in any other position other than prescribed. From there, we move on to the overhead squat. The athlete is required to perform an overhead squat, however, their weight is scalable. So they inform their counter before the workout of what weight they will overhead squat. Again, standards for overhead squat, hip crease below top of knee, full extension at the top. Any variation from this movement is a no rep. And finally, your option for a handstand push-up is a kettlebell strict press, where the athlete will stand against the wall, the kettlebell will be in the inverted position with the bell facing upwards and be strict pressed from here to the overhead, then back down. A no rep will be not hitting full extension or where the kettlebell moves out of the vertical position. That will be a no rep. The athlete must re-perform any no reps. It is an unknown, unknowable, so you will find out the standards for this workout on the day. However, athletes, be informed, there is swimming, there is a hand release wall touch push-up, where the athlete will perform a standard push-up, hitting full extension at the top, hand release, hands will touch the wall. Come back in, another push-up. Touch the wall. What will constitute as a no rep is not fully extending the arms to touch the wall and not fully extending the arms in the top of the push-up. From there, The other movement is a body-weighted squat or air squat. So the athlete stands up, performs a full depth body squat where hip crease passes below top of knee and hits full extension at the top. Any variation from these standards will be a no rep. This is for the team's event on the Sunday. Importantly, all the movements that you've already seen on the earlier videos are what you'll be performing, but in a scaled option, and these are the remaining 4 movements yet to be shown. In place of a handstand hold, you'll be performing as a team a pyramid push-up hold. So where one partner will go to the floor, get in a push-up, next person, and we build this pyramid where the feet are up around the shoulder blade area for max effort hold. This will be against the clock. When a person breaks or can no longer hold, that is the end of the time period. The next movement we are going to show you is a sled drag, where it's seated on the ground. 2 members will remain beside the athlete who pulls the sled towards them to a nominated marker. At that point in time, one athlete runs the rope back to the other end while the other team members rotate the sled. The sled cannot be rotated forward of the line. It is pulled back, the rope is run back out again by the 3rd team member while the weight is rotated one more time. Our next movement is the deadlift. This weight will be nominated. Athletes take the bar from the ground, hitting full extension at the top of the rep, shoulders behind the bar, hips fully extended, knees locked out, touch and go. And finally, a kettlebell swing. Kettlebell is taken from the ground. The athlete takes the bell to the overhead position to full extension. What we'll class as a no rep is a droopy bell, where we allow the bell to come out of that vertical position or not hitting full range of movement. Snatching of the kettlebell is permitted, where an athlete chooses to snatch it to overhead, provided again that bell finishes directly above the athlete and the bell in a vertical position. Good luck to all teams. Have fun, and we'll see you on the day.